As a parent, you need to limit the kind of arguments you have in the presence of your children. So, there are some arguments for you to take into the bedroom. There are some arguments for you to find a better place to settle it without getting your children involved. Now, in many homes, I must be sincere with you, one of the greatest challenges is the way the father relates with the mother and the way the mother relates with the father in the presence of the children. And many parents are insensitive to this, that it has an impact on your children, especially at their early stage. So there are some names you don't call your wife in the presence of your children. There are some names you as a mother don't call the father. Or there are some words you don't use on him when the children are there. If there is anything to do in the presence of the children, let it be something positive, something nice that the children can learn from. Abusing yourself, having heated arguments. Okay, let's even forget about domestic violence, because that's another level. There are some fathers that beat, their wife in the presence of the children. Even while growing up, one of the neighbors, okay, while growing up, I could still remember, although I was little there then. So the woman just gave birth to, a little baby, maybe 2 weeks or thereabouts. And the man was beating the woman and the baby was crying. That's to tell you that even as old as 2 weeks, that baby already knew that something was going on that wasn't right. Because the woman was shouting, the man was beating the woman. Everybody came out, including my dad, trying to get the man to open the door and all that. And they could hear the baby crying. And that, cry of that baby started when the baby started hearing, the shout of the mother and the way the father was actually beating her. So just look at a 2-week-old baby already, sensitive to the environment, that something is going on that is not right. So what will you say about a year-old, 2 years, 3 years? They are already observing. They're already paying attention to what is going on in their environment. So there are some arguments that you should take to the bedroom. Some arguments are better discussed when the children are not there. Perhaps they have gone to school and then both of you can iron things out. Do not mess up the sanity of these children. Do not mess it up. Do not mess up their brain. They are observing. They can see what is going on. If children grow up in a family that is filled with love, you will see it in them. You will see the happiness in them. And when you see children that grow up in a violent family, a family where you have, verbal violence, domestic violence, either done verbally or physically, definitely you will see it in those children. It will affect them. The kind of slangs you use in the presence of your children, the names that you call the wife that is not palatable, they also can use it on people out there. Now, there are funny ways, that children even copy what you say. If you are fond of calling your wife, maybe Obim or Ife, you can see some funny babies growing up. They will just call their mom or their father that same name, Obim or Ife. That's to tell you that they are paying attention to it. Just imagine if it's a course that you have been laying on your wife or on your husband, and your baby keep on hearing these words. So they may not know the meaning initially, but they are already used to the words. When they grow up, they can now begin to process, oh, so this is the horrible name or the horrible word that my mom or my dad used to use on my dad or my mom. So it is good that you should know that arguments, especially the negative one, especially the heated ones, should actually be limited at home whenever the children are there. If there is anything whatsoever, one of those things great that I am thankful to God for about my parents is in this aspect that I'm actually discussing. I can't really say that I've ever witnessed, a heated argument between my dad and my mom. And this is a bitter truth. Sometimes you will see that, oh, something is not going on. And trust me, all of you will go and sleep. When you wake up in the morning, you just see both of them laughing, gisting, discussing. So you will be like, oh, these people yesterday that were looking at themselves like with one kind eye. So they can be this, playful this morning. And there is no day that in the morning, my dad will summon everybody for morning prayer. And my mom will now go and sit somewhere and say, me, I'm not joining you. Go and pray with your children. Because forgiveness is part of the family core value. Okay? And understanding one another, there is no way there will not be argument in the family. There is no way. But ability for you to do it maturely in a way that will not affect your children negatively is very important. So, this is my discussion with us today. Try to limit your argument in the presence of your children. Some parents, in the funny way, will even involve the children. A child that is not already is not more than 5 or 6. You're already calling that child to say, can you see your mom? Can you see your mother? Can you see what she's doing? Or the mother will also be saying, can you see your useless father? Can you see this and that? You may not know that it has a negative impact on the child. You want the father the child to look at the father as an irresponsible person. That might be your aim as a mom. Or you as a father, you're already telling the daughter that you better don't be like your mom. Can you see your mom? Such a dirty thing. You don't do that. The child was not there when both of you were having agreement to get married. So you are saying that you are the one that married that package. So you should deal with it in your own private zone and save your children all those stress. Let them have cool brain, cool sanity, growing up. Let them pick up their own life. Don't let them learn those bad things from you, or for them to be exposed to those kind of arguments that the level of their reasoning cannot just bear. It cannot withstand it. So as parents, try to learn where to wash your dirty linen. Wash it where you're supposed to wash it and not in the presence of your kids. It's important. May the Lord continue to be with you as a parent. Of course, it's not easy to be a parent. Peace.